And just like that, we are going to get into all the things. Welcome to the show that's under collateralized, over leveraged, and loving every minute of it. So I was thinking about some stuff regarding the market and the cycles that we are in. And one of the things I thought about is the price of high returns is never free. It's paid in volatility. Every single pump, every parabolic move, every 10x stream carries a debt. And the debt is chaos in between. It's all how do we make it through that chaos. The greater the upside, the wilder the swings are going to be. You have to understand that if you're going to eat this as a meal. In crypto, volatility isn't a bug. It is the fee for front row seats to asymmetric opportunity. You want high returns, prepare to service the debt. It's that simple. On the docket today, who holds the truth about Bitcoin's creator? One attorney is taking the US government to court to find out. We have clarity for Ethereum and Bitcoin, but silence on XRP as the SEC leaves billion-dollar question hanging. XRP nerds are absolutely flipping out. From exchange to titan of government, CZ is making some waves. Dogecoin, it is drifting 14 cents, but could the next meme mania push it back to life? Are you a fan of Dogecoin? Let me know in the comments. I will not read them. Solana breaks below $100, but I still will always be Solana fan. Markets tumble, and one analyst sees even deeper drops ahead for XRP, Solana, and Ethereum. I am in the camp that we see drops for XRP and Ethereum, not Solana. I am a buyer of Ethereum at $1,000. Binance just made crypto spending easier than ever. We're going to deep dive on that. Bitcoin, it clings to critical support levels through all the turmoil. I can't wait to look at the heat map, see what we're coming in at. And Trump's tariffs, they are literally a global shit show. And I think he just said, I think we're going to double down and even get some more tariffs out of the suitcase. Jim Cramer, he's super bullish on the tariffs. And Catizen gaming token, we have been talking about this in the podcast since it came out last year. It is making a resurgence. Holy shit. Because when the markets are bleeding and the volatility debt collector comes knocking, we pay in absolute chaos, but we stay in the game. That is the trick here. Stay in the game. Chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Tuesday, April 8th. Welcome to the daily quest where Solana shines through the storm and every dip is just another buying opportunity, an opportunity to increase your exposure to the future. That's how we do it. All right, let's get up the heat map and see what is going on. Okay, so the heat map, it's not looking too bad. Everything is kind of in the red at the moment. We've got a few tokens that are in the green. Bitcoin trading at $77,000, only down 1.6% on the day, but it is down 9.2% on the week. Ethereum suffering a 23% loss on the week, trading at $14.73. XRP, $1.84, down 13% on the week. BNB down 9% on the week, trading at $5.51. Solana down 18%, trading at 104 at this moment in time. Currently, Crypto Greed and Fear Index is coming in at a 24 in the extreme fear zone. We actually went up 1 degree from yesterday. I thought we would go down. It is a lagging indicator. It's the tail of the dog. And this is not a great metric, but I do like checking in on it constantly. Bitcoin and Ethereum dominance. Bitcoin dominance, it is getting close to that 63% mark. Do we see Ethereum dominance eclipse down into the 6% mark? Yesterday, we talked about just the wedge of Ethereum over, you know what, can I pop this out to all time? You know, you can see Ethereum's insurgence into the ecosystem. It's been fairly steady, right? The NFT bull run, all this stuff, ETH heavy, ETH heavy, ETH heavy. We get into this drop, and this is like when Solana starts becoming a competitor and NFT starts kind of changing the narrative, the meme coins. And then as we start to build up into this, into end of 23, into 24, we just see the wedge of Ethereum losing precious ground. It really is. So we are at absolutely a 5-year low on Ethereum for its dominance in the marketplace. And the interesting thing is, does it have that old school charm? Meaning, will it just be a pillar of the ecosystem as something we just decide it's here to stay? Or does the next bigger, brighter, better version of Ethereum come? And it's come. It's Solana. And there's Solana came as the ETH killer. There are Solana killers that are lining up. With the competition of the future, does Ethereum have the ability to regain some of the ground they have been losing over the last 5 years? It is something to see. We are here for it. So when we look at top meme coins by market capitalization, this is the first day in a few days where it seems like we have hit bottom on a bunch of these coins. And specifically, let's talk about Trump. I said I was a buyer at the Trump coin at $8. We are currently in the range of $7.89. We're up 1.79% on the day. It has bottomed out, it looks like, if the market continues to go where it's going. And we don't have the answer to that. So that, again, is what makes this space so interesting. The underlying narrative is you need to show up every day, because when the change happens, it will happen quickly. And it's the best show in town. So the crypto show is my favorite. So watching these things fluctuate is nice. We're seeing AIC up 14%, Pepe back in the green 4%, Shiba Inu up 4%, Doge up 7.52%. Shiba Inu and Doge. The Shiba Inu, I mentioned this in the Substack yesterday, the Shiba Inu technical guys that are probably also Shiba Inu bag holders, they're looking at a 550% pump on Shiba Inu in the short term. The Shibarium layer 3 is coming down the pike, and they are saying it is going to bring rocket science to the chain, whatever the fuck that means, but they're saying it's about to go big. We also had Shiba Inu just inked a deal with UAE to do some stuff with those guys. So there are pokers in the fire. Do we see these amount to a burning bonfire, which is what we are looking for? We want the heat. DEX volume, it is coming in at $11.839 billion, up 18% on the week. Not a big deal because it has been a shit show. But what I do think is wonderful about this graph is, for the first time, I talked about the bottom, right? Like we saw an uptick last week. The first uptick in volume since January, since we changed leadership. Probably a coincidence. This, if I were doing technical analysis on this, and we look at when Trump got in office versus what has happened, I would say that is just a coincidence, a mere coincidence. But it is alarming. It's fucking alarming. What I love is we had our first uptick. So we're back, baby. That's how I'm looking at it. And I'm just deciding, I'm going to stay positive. Pump.fun agrees. They have launched 20,976 tokens in the last 24 hours. At one point, they were doing 60,000 tokens in 24 hours. So they have done a couple of things. I don't know if you guys are following Pump.fun. I think they brought back video. It brought mayhem previously. There's probably some new rules where you're not allowed to commit suicide online for token value, but video is back, baby. Crypto attorney James Murphy, he is known as Meta Law Man. He filed a lawsuit against the United States saying, you MFers know who Satoshi is, and we want to see the records. It is going to be interesting to see if this sleuth is able to pick the right lock and bring some closure to this argument. The other awesome thing that I saw, sorry, taking a coffee break. Holy God, this guy looks high as shit. The other thing I saw the other day is somebody was quoting that the Satoshi wallet was down $30 billion from its all-time high. People that report on that, like, they're acting like this Satoshi wallet is an actual human being that will at some point start grifting off of the community and selling these tokens. I don't know what to think of the Satoshi wallet. Is it locked forever? Is it a cold storage that there is no key? Is that the honeypot of the hackers around the world, is figuring out how to get the passphrase to the Satoshi era wallet that holds more Bitcoin than anybody? All right, let's get back to the news. Okay, Mark Aida, this guy, he looks like he smokes more marijuana than I do. He has confirmed that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not classified as securities. He stopped short of clarifying XRP. He's doing a little Gary Gensler dance. We get it. He referenced former chair Gensler's position. It's funny, right? He mentioned former Gensler's position while noting that insider trading laws wouldn't apply to Ethereum or Bitcoin. Though the SEC has dropped its Ripple appeal, the case remains officially open. Just like a volatility debt, it is still outstanding, which is why the XRP people continue to not know what to do when they wake up in the morning. I hope there is some resolution to this. We will see what comes down the pike. The Binance founder, CZ, he is on the move. So this is interesting. He has been appointed as Pakistan's strategic crypto advisor, which I think is fucking brilliant. One, because Pakistan needs the help. Two, because Pakistan is a huge country with an enormous amount of people. To bring these people online is going to be spectacular. Three, what I think is interesting is CZ cannot work in any sort of financial capacity inside the United States ever again, period. As far as I know, he has set out a letter letting Trump know that, hey, it would be awesome if I could get pardoned for my previous crimes, even though he's already served the time. The pardoning from the president would give CZ the ability to operate within the financial ecosystem of the United States once again. This is going to be awesome. He is going to bring Web3 innovation to Pakistan. He's awesome. Watching him go from empire builder to exile back to helping people in Pakistan just flip the script and helping all of Web3 and the crypto ecosystem change. That's what he's bringing. He continues to push the cart up the hill for all of us. So I love to see it. Next up, we have Dogecoin. It is currently trading in this 14-cent range. There is all this hubbub always around Doge. What I had once hoped would be good for Doge turned out to be a non-issue. So I thought that Elon getting involved with the Department of Government Efficiency would have this sidekick effect on Dogecoin and just send it parabolic. Any tweet from Elon would send this parabolic. I also thought that somewhere in the mix, because he has an affinity for Dogecoin, he may incorporate Dogecoin into the payment rails of X or the United States government. I mean, who knows? Both of those things I thought were interesting and worthy of making some bets on. Dogecoin, the number of active wallets, and maybe active is the wrong word, the number of wallets that hold Dogecoin, because a lot of people got into the crypto space and when it went down, they just tune out. That doesn't mean they take their coins out and turn it back into fiat. It means they just step away from their wallet. And that's what's interesting about crypto. It's really easy to do. You don't tune into your wallet. It doesn't tune into you. Some people decide to tune out, whether it be for the summer or the holidays. Sometimes 6 months goes by, 8 months. So many wallets have Dogecoin, period. It's one of the highest token allocations for wallets in the planet. Why is that a big deal? Because if we do get into a bull market where things absolutely go parabolic and we get what Samson Mao calls the Omega candle, just this candle that just does not stop. And once it starts, it will not stop. That's the idea behind this Omega candle. The idea with Doge being in so many wallets is if we do have one of these black swan events that just kickstarts everything one day, all of those people with Dogecoin wallets, they are going to be ready to get in quicker than anybody else. And that means something. Because if all of those wallets start trading crypto again and they realize, wow, there's Doge in this wallet, that becomes a factor. And if Doge decides to go up, they already have Doge. They already understand how to purchase it. It's its own ecosystem, right? In my view, if we do get it, let's say a Bitcoin turns Omega green, the people that hold Dogecoin are not going to run to buy Bitcoin when it hits $200,000. They're going to buy what they have because Dogecoin will have gone up as well. They're going to double down on what they already have. So their ability to purchase more of the asset that they already have is going to outweigh, in my view, that's just how I'm calling it. So I just see the ability for these wallets to become super active again in an instant being a factor that I'm weighing into the ability for Dogecoin to carry a narrative moving forward. I also think that overseas, they love this dog. They love this dog. They have an affinity for this dog that I think in the United States, we don't grasp or understand. It's probably how Americans view Mickey Mouse, right? It's that woven into different cultures around the world, this Doge dog. So I think the narrative, the cultural narrative, aka the memeability of these coins, is still something we must consider when looking at where things may go moving forward. All right, that's a whole shit ton about Dogecoin, wasn't it? And I don't even hold Dogecoin. I just love it. I love the narrative. I think it has the ability to go parabolic. When I see the market tanking, I'm a believer. I show up here every day, and I've been reporting on this space every day for over 3 years, every single day. Dogecoin is a narrative that I just never, it wasn't for me. I was in other things, but it's something that I've always watched. And the Elon effect, I thought it would be more of a multiplier than it has been. And I think there was a time where Elon publicly stated that the United States government would not utilize Doge as a currency. And I think it sent the coin down for a moment, but it since has rebounded. So do we see Dogecoin decoupling from Elon Musk in the short term? The other thing that we have to keep in mind is the DOGE agency, Department of Government Efficiency. By design, it cancels itself out, I believe, within 2 years. Like, they are gearing up to decipher things, and it's only efficient if it works itself out of a job. So the idea is not to keep the Department of Government Efficiency open forever. That's not efficient, right? So there are some neat things at play here. If we see the Department of Government Efficiency as an entity or an office evaporate in 2 years by design, as it should, now Doge has another life, right, as it's standalone again. So I thought there would be a multiplier effect. It seems like the Department of Government Efficiency was a detractor from the momentum that Dogecoin had. I think it can rebound. I still like Dogecoin a lot. I am watching it. I'm also watching Trump coin. I mentioned that a minute ago. 787 for Trump coin. Put me on wax for that. Like, I think that's a buy. Like, I've been thinking about it a lot. I don't think Trump lets that sit. I really don't. I don't think Melania lets her token just sit either. I think that's the magic of cryptocurrency, to breathe life back into these. It's done with a tweet, the stroke of a pen, a statement at a rally, a conference, a crypto event. It's like, that's what we're all betting on. Is the instigator going to deliver on something that just pumps the shit out of it? That's what we want. That's what we're here for. That's how we do it. Solana. It briefly fell below $100, got heavily impacted by leverage traders who are being liquidated because they are betting in the wrong direction. If you are interested in leverage trading, you should go try roach racing and see if you have winning characteristics built in. If you do not win at roach racing, you should not be leverage trading, period. We saw people just losing gobs of money doing this leverage trading. We also have a bunch of token unlocks coming on the Solana ecosystem that I am watching. We are going to keep our eye on it. That's all we can do. Get in where you fit in. Next up, Jason Pizzino. He is an analyst. I watch his clips on YouTube. I follow his news that he puts out on X. He is well informed, and he's one of those technical nerds that does a lot of things that I do not like to do. So it is interesting watching his views on things. He thinks Solana is in the range. He thinks on the downside, it could go as low as $60. And as soon as he says things like that, that is when I tune him out, because I don't want to hear that. But I do like to hear, I have just chosen to stay on the good side of things this part of the cycle. Why? Because I think we have a probability for a break in the cycle that has never existed before. And with that being said, I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to say there are possibilities afoot that we have never had in our ingredient mixture when we think about baking a crypto pie. And the crypto pie, we have a chef, we have an oven, we have a dining room, we have people ready to eat. We just need to figure out where the fucking waiters are. But we have apparently sent all of the waiters overseas because they don't have green cards. All right, so let me know what boat you guys are in. Do we think Solana is just going to, how deep do you think it's going to go? I don't think it's going to go that deep. I want things to turn around. There are too many things that say crypto should be doing well. way too many things. And it's one of those things that all the signals are glaring. This is a buy, this is a buy, this is a buy. And crypto keeps going down and it keeps going down. It is either going to be one of the best things in the world or the absolute dumbest things we've ever done. And apparently the verdict is still out. I am sticking on the bullish side that this is going to change the way humans interact and inhabit the world future forward. We just have to find the right way to kick it off. Hopefully we can do that. We have Binance. They are partnering with Worldpay. They are going to Apple Pay. They are integrating Google Pay. All of this stuff is going to be done lickety split. It just means that crypto adoption is finally going to come meet the UX UI that it needed to meet, meaning things are going to happen seamlessly on the back end. Eventually, consumers will just open an app and want to buy something and hit buy, and the app will decide what is the best currency for you to get the best price on that item, whether it be USDC, Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin, Arbitrum, XRP, Dogecoin, whatever it is. We are getting so close to a world where if you want to spend a token, you can spend it. There will be an exchange. There will be a swap that will make it possible. Currently, it is a laborious process to go swap tokens in and out of ecosystems. Soon it'll be done in wallet with the push of a button. Whether Apple Pay and Google Pay bring this to light with the help of Binance, it remains to be seen. But we are talking just enormous customer bases. And they don't roll out tech like this to customer bases like that unless it's foolproof. Meaning the UX and the UI is going to be bulletproof, and it is going to end up being, in my opinion, a really big onboarding mechanism. And the idea is the onboarding mechanism should be so good, they don't realize they're being onboarded. Not that it's a bad thing. It's how the internet was. When you told people you were designing a website with HTML or in Flash, two absolutely different ecosystems to generate an end user web page, people didn't care the tech. They just want the web page that moves around, right? What you bring on the back end, all of us technical nerds that have been in crypto for a long time that understand the nuance, we are the mechanics. We are getting into an era where the UX and UI will be so good that people don't understand the mechanics, nor will they want to, nor will they have to. The tool belts built into the wallets, into the ecosystem will be so good that things happen with the push of a button with no experience needed. That's what Binance and Google Pay and Apple Pay bring to crypto. So I'm a fan of it. I can't wait to see these things get rolled out on a big pedestal. And then when you watch what Binance is doing with Apple Pay and Google Pay, then think about what CZ is doing on his own in Pakistan. And then think about, hey, that he still talks with Binance. He can't have anything to do with them financially. It doesn't mean he's not a proponent and doesn't advise them. So these are big moves when you start putting the pieces on a chessboard and looking at how things are moving, where are they moving. We're about to see massive onboarding from a bunch of different areas simultaneously, and it should bring some magic, in my view. Bitcoin, it has declined to 7,405. Okay, so I think we bottomed out at 74,500 when I was doing my report. We're in this 74 to 7,000 range, 70,000 range that people are, I have some friends that are saying it's a no trade zone. So we are just kind of funneling into this triangle, waiting for a breakout, either to the positive or to the negative. When the breakout comes, we will know, it will be evident. And that is when I think a bunch of people are going to start really trading again. Some are saying that we could see Bitcoin at $50,000. It makes investing in anything right now nerve-wracking. It really does. When you think about it, okay, it's $77,282 at this moment in time. Some of the people that have their cranky pants on, they're saying we're going to see $50,000 this month in the next 30 days, which is a $27,000 haircut if you decided to go all in today. That's a lot more Bitcoin that you could purchase if you waited till it hit 50. But does it hit 50? Are you the guy who can catch the falling knife? If that's you, God love you. It has never been me. So it's just, I'm waiting for the breakout, and I do think it's coming. We have a bunch of instigators around. We just need something to kick it off. We have Jim Cramer. He is officially criticizing Donald Trump's global tariffs as absolute horse schwaggle. He thinks they are absolutely ridiculous. I don't want to get into more of what Jim Cramer says because I think CNN and Cramer are ridiculous. And I was a CNN fan for many years, and I thought that President Trump was going to bring a different mindset. And I think he has. This is why I stopped tuning into CNN and Jim Cramer, because they discount cryptocurrency. And when I looked at this election, I voted for crypto. And I voted for the candidate that was pro-crypto. And Donald Trump not only brought in a group of people onto Capitol Hill that are pro-crypto, meaning they are the smartest individuals on the planet, in my view. If the government starts to fill its halls with some of the smartest people on the planet, my idea is they will be able to solve some of the toughest solutions coming down the pike. I think crypto is a difficult problem to solve. Great minds work on solving it. Having those minds also have to deal with other political issues as they come down the political sphere. I think it's awesome because they're really intelligent people. They have a great mind, and the way that they think about and analyze and solve problems is iterative and transformative. And we don't have that in government currently. So to get crypto minds in government-making, decision-making positions in Washington, D.C. has been a huge advantage for the United States and a huge leg up for cryptocurrency. This pain that we're suffering in the short term, it is worth it, in my view. If you just zoom out and look at what has happened to the crypto landscape in the since January, even before when the pro-crypto rhetoric started to become part of the pro-campaign, pro-Trump idea, we saw things really begin to change. We need to just zoom out for a minute. We're just getting into this. Give it a year, give it 2 years. That's what we're here for. Figuring out what are the moves to do today that are going to benefit us a year, 2 years from now. That's the mindset you need to have. Catizen, this is one of the tokens that launched, and it has a game. It is on the Telegram ecosystem. We covered it in my Substack and on the podcast when it came out. These guys kind of fell off the radar a bit, but they have not stopped building, which is what you want. They just had their token surge about to a 3.5x in Q1 of 2025. They are growing. They're on the Telegram ecosystem. They have an infrastructure, a game that people enjoy. They are building when people are disappearing. This is a really interesting onboarding mechanism because 60% of the people that are interacted in this Catizen game were brand new to the ecosystem when they got involved with crypto. Understanding how some of these different games, some of these different moves by like Binance, Apple Pay, Google Pay, some of these moves by CZ in Pakistan are playing into actual onboarding mechanisms. Catizen was a stimulus for onboarding a shit ton of people into the ecosystem. The idea is, how do they get treated once they get here? Does the magic stay with them? That's what it's about. And so I think we're just getting to this point where things are getting better and easier for people that are new to the ecosystem. They're getting to experience the good side of things instead of just the shit that's been happening with the rug pulls and all that shit. So with that being said, you guys, we are going to wrap it up. If you are still craving crypto clarity, join the Discord. Critters Quest has some good stuff going on, and Discord is where you are going to find the gems. Find the Daily Quest wherever you get your podcast, or hit the link in my bio on X and subscribe to the Quest AM Edition Substack. Enjoy your day. Boom.
Down the rabbit hole we go, creatures gather, feel the flow. Riding rhythms here to stay, on the quest for led astray. Power up, hearts can dance, on Solana take a chance. Get on your quest, quest, with Richard's Quest, quest.